Alright, y'all, so this is my last salon job horror story time. So the series have come to an end. This is story number 8. This is my last and final salon job before I quit doing the salon industry in general. I didn't work at salons anymore after I left this place, or after they let me go for no reason. So yeah, this was, clients didn't want me to touch their hair, touch them at all because of my race. And crazy boss, and I basically sold my soul for tips. I stayed there for so long because the tips was so good. I just could not leave. Okay, so basically this job, like I said, was my last job. I ended up getting paid $14 an hour plus tips. Tips was crazy. Like, I had so much tips. I think I told you this before, but I had so much tips. I would just throw the money in my bag and I would just count it at the end of the week. I used to give so much money to the homeless people on the train because I just had the money in my bag. I would just literally give out $5 here, $5 there. Need help, and I had the money and stuff like that. So I don't mind helping people. I was buying lunch like crazy. I was buying everything. Like, I was really balling at this point working at this job. So like I said, I sold my soul for the tips because the tips was too good. I was dealing with the nonsense and stuff like that. Some really good people there, and they ended up setting me up for later opportunities in my life with different jobs and stuff after this. So that was a great little networking situation. Met some, like I said, some nice people, some people that ended up being backstabbers and stuff like that. But yeah, that's how it goes. So salon was okay. It was very fast paced. It was almost like military, like the way that he wanted to run it. He was a salon owner for a very long time here and in a different country. I believe I signed the NDA at this place at the end of it, so I don't want to like state too much obvious things about it, but yeah. So a different country, came here, had a lot of celebrity clients. He ended up telling me, like, if I was to go to lunch, I couldn't bring any fast food into the place for lunch, right, into the salon, because I don't know, I guess to him this, like, I don't know if he thinks it's like dirty and cheap, or people who's on diets and stuff like that, so he didn't want them to get tempted and stuff like that. But anyway, we ended up having another girl that worked there, and she ended up bringing McDonald's into the place. So once she started bringing that in, I started bringing my stuff in too, because I need a place to eat, and all these places don't have places to sit down at. So I was like, I'm bringing my stuff in now. If she could do it, I could do it. I don't care. He wanted me to like alter my appearance basically for the job. He wanted me to wear makeup and lashes, and he would pay for them and stuff like that. I said, absolutely not. Now, if I would have known that the job wanted me to wear makeup every single day and wanted me to have lashes and stuff like that, I wouldn't have took that job. But they had nothing to say about that. I worked there for like 2 years, and then we ended up moving to a different place, and he wanted me to alter my appearance, except also the receptionist as well. He wanted them to do the same thing, but I said absolutely not. Like, you can fire me if you don't want me to like, you know, if you don't want me here because I don't wear makeup and I don't wear lashes, then you could just, you know, I'm not doing it though. So you gotta tell me what to do. That's just not happening. Then when it was training time, I was made to come in on my days off with no pay to train and get on the floor or whatever it was. So the training would be on my day off, which was Monday. So I had to come in basically 6 days a week. The 6th day I wasn't getting paid, I would get like a little tip from maybe the model that I was training with, like a $5, $10, whatever. I'd be there for like 6 hours. I just didn't like the training part because I wasn't sure if I wanted to be on the floor or not. Because once you get on the floor, you know, you don't get the pay anymore. You make your own money. So whether you making $100 for the week, that's your money and that's it. I can't survive on $100 a week. If I don't have any clients and nobody wants to come to me, how am I going to make my way? You know what I'm saying? It's not going to work. So like I said, the tips was amazing. The hourly pay was good for the salon industry because like I said, you guys know I came from $60 a day, $70 a day, $50 a day, stuff like that. So when I heard $14 an hour, I took it because I was like, oh yeah, I'll take that. And there were some clients there that did not want me to touch them because they were racist, basically. So they didn't want a minority person washing their hair or even like walking them to their chair, getting them anything to drink. It wasn't a lot of them, but it was a couple of them. And the owner had to basically come over there and tell them, like, you can't mess up my schedule. You're gonna push me back if she doesn't wash her hair. She is my sole assistant. I was the only assistant there, so if other stylists needed help, I would help them as well, but I was the sole assistant there. And he would let them know, like, she has to do it, like, unless you want to wait and you're gonna mess up my schedule, basically. So just letting me do it and stuff like that. I'm not sure what's the issue. You come in here with your hair dirty anyway. I gotta put my hands in your dirty hair. No, I don't know where your head been. I don't know what you've been doing, and you don't want me to touch you and my hands are clean. Like, get it together. Like, this is like the 21st century. Like, please just stop with that nonsense already. My boss, I don't know if he was on the racist side. I don't know. He just didn't seem like he liked me very well. He wasn't the one that hired me. His partner was the one that actually hired me, and he ended up seeing me after. And I don't know if he was happy with his partner's pick or whatever, but he did trial me for 3 days for free, and at the end of the 3 days I did get paid, and he let me come aboard or whatever, because I showed him I know what I'm doing and know how to work. I have high-end experience, so why not hire me? That makes no sense. And if I assisted his other staff, he would kind of get jealous, like, oh, that's my assistant, like, make her come back over here to me or something. I don't know, it was kind of weird. So I ended up finding out through a conversation with other stylists that worked there that his old assistant was getting paid like $22 an hour. Yeah, he was there for 2 years, but I should have got started at least 17, if nothing else. 17, 18, 22, and you paying me 14, which I was happy about, but 22 would have really changed my life. But I was just like, oh, okay, I had no, because it was like, why is he paying you so low? They was worried about me, and I was like, he's paying me 14. He's like, but the last person made 22. I was like, what? That is crazy. I just didn't like being around him. I didn't like the attitude. I didn't like the demeanor. It was just not it for me, basically. So I would call out a lot. I would end up calling out so much. By the time I got my 2-week vacation, by the time that came around, I had 3 days left, because I didn't know that. I was like, oh, they pay me for the days I call out? That's so strange. But lo and behold, they was taking my vacation days and just paying me for that. I was like, wow, I didn't even know I have literally only 3 days of vacation. So if I would have known that, I would have took off. I would have took my whole 2-week vacation and just dealt with the torture and the nonsense and stuff like that. I'm telling you, I was depressed going to that job every day. I just think about the tips, but I just did not like being there. I did not enjoy it, nothing, like, at all. Basically, he had sat me down one day. He's like, oh, hey, Crystal, can I talk to you? And I was like, okay, about what? I was blindsided. I had no idea this was coming at all. Nobody gave me hints like, you know, he about to let you go, anything like that. So I wanted to go for a while. I just didn't know what my next move was going to be if I did go. So he sat me down and he told me that basically he didn't need my help anymore. The salon wasn't as busy as it was. It was still busy. That was a lie. He didn't need my help anymore. And I was just like, okay. In my mind, I was literally doing cartwheels if I won the lottery. I couldn't contain my excitement. I had to keep a straight face and pretend that I was sad, because I was like, this is the happiest day of my life. Like, you don't even know what you're doing for me right now, letting me go from this job. Because sometimes when you get comfortable someplace, I wasn't comfortable, I was super uncomfortable, but sometimes when you stuck in something and it's hard to leave, you need that push from the other side of it. So I needed that push to move on with my life, because I was there for probably like, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years. It might have been 3 years. I was there for a long time compared to all the other jobs I worked at, like I said, because the money coming in was really good and it was really helping me with my lifestyle and stuff like that. So told me that, and he was like, to sign the papers, the NDA or whatever it is, so I can't like tell details to the next salon about, like, I guess his secrets of how he does this and that, and I guess different clients that come there. So I haven't mentioned anything in this video, obviously. That was years ago, but I'm sure it still stands. But anyway, yeah, so I signed it, and he had ended up giving me severance pay, which was basically like 4 months of my rent, 3 or 4 months of my rent. So I got a check to leave, and he said I could sign for unemployment, and he'll sign for it with no issues. And I got unemployment for the next 6 months. So literally, he sent me away with a check of over like $2,000 something. I think it was like $2,400. And then I got 6 months off of work, basically paid because I was on unemployment. I was like, wow, like, this is the happiest day of my life. I think he wanted to cry, but I know that he used to be in that industry. I'm not gonna mention it, but I was just like, you child, you not crying. Stop. Because I'm happy. Like, we could have a celebration right here, right now. We could just celebrate, because I'm about to celebrate when I leave out of these doors. I was so happy. Then supposed friend that was there or whatever, I saw him laughing, and the other girl that ended up not liking me, like snickering a little bit or whatever. Then I found out that later on, because he thought that he was the golden child there or whatever, and nothing, whatever. He was untouchable, but he ended up getting fired too, or let go too, and had to move back home to the hood. So I was like, you laughing at me? A couple weeks later, you got axed too. So what are you laughing about? Like, it made no sense. I didn't say bye to anybody. The main girl that I was really cool with, she was not there that day or whatever. And I think that she ended up texting me, asking me what happened or whatever. So that girl later on ended up getting me a job that I stayed at. It was a retail job that I stayed at for about, I would say, 2 years, and I ended up making a lot of money there. And then I ended up making, I think it was hourly $18.50, which was my highest pay ever retail wise. And I was just like, I was set. So after that salon job, me meeting her set me up for my next job that I kept for the next 3 years or whatever. So That was a great job until I met the evil lady that worked that everybody warned me about. If you guys want to know about that story, I could tell you that story as well, because that was a crazy one. And yeah, but yeah, so that was it for that salon. I don't know, it just wasn't for me. Like I said, I was so happy that he let me go that day. I did not see that coming at all, but I was just like, wow. Like, when I got out of the job, I called my mom so fast. I was like, guess what happened? She's like, well, I said, he let me go. I'm so excited. She's like, why are you excited? I said, yes, I'm excited. Like, he paid me for the next couple of months, basically. And, like, I'm good. And I get unemployment after this. And I'm straight. Like, I could look for a different job if I want to. Or I could chill until the money runs out. And that's exactly what I did. So I got the next job or whatever lined up for me pretty much. So that was a great time, to be honest. Like, it was the happiest day ever. Like I said, it's like I won the Mega Millions. I was just too excited. Like, I've never been that happy before in my life. The train ride home was the best. Usually when I leave work, I'd be happy, but I was on cloud 9. Like, I was like, wow, I've never been that happy to get let go in my life. I was like, this is the best day of my life, I swear to you. So yeah, that's pretty much the story. Like I said, if you're in a situation that, you know, you're miserable at and you just can't decide to leave, just leave. Because especially job wise, I'm talking about, just make sure you get out of it, because it's not, life is short. What's the point of being miserable every day? There's other things out there that you could do, other jobs you could do that you could be happy at, or you could even open your own business if you want to and you don't want to work for other people. It just all depends on you. Like me, I could have took my license and opened up my own salon suite if I really wanted to do that. But I noticed with that job, the job that really broke the camel's back for me when it came to being a stylist. I would watch how people would speak to him, and he has a lot of experience. And I just was like, I don't want to deal with this, like, snootiness, like, what is it, like, thinking you better than people type of situation all the time, bossing people around. Just, I understand you're paying for a service, but you got to be respectful at the same time. You can't come here acting a fool because you got all this money in your bank account and you think you holier than thou, and you think that, you know, you're God basically in your mind because you got all this money. Like, who are you? Like, you just like me, regular person. So after that, I was like, oh, nah, I'm good. I don't want to deal with this every day of my life for the rest of my life. I understand went to school and stuff like that, but this just not the path I want to be on and stuff like that. So yeah, I got out of it. Yeah, I went to school. I always have the backup, which is great. I always have the trade. I always have my license. So yeah, if I ever wanted to do it again, I could do it at home, own suite if I wanted to ever. I don't know, like, what the future holds with that salon situation and stuff like that, with the license that I have and everything like that. So if you guys learn anything, let me know. If you guys are thinking about going to hair school, let me know as well. I can give you some advice if you need some. So yes, end of my series. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this series, and I'll see you guys in my next video.